Origins and nature, the well-spoken warrior. Tonowari is the Olo'eyktan clan chief of the Metkayina Reef people, responsible for his clan's day-to-day well-being, security, and governance. He oversees the welfare of his people, including leading hunts, building and repairing village structures, and arbitrating disputes. He is a fierce warrior and a capable administrator and diplomat. Tonowari is described as a well-spoken statesman and leader whose people respect him for his ideals and his ability to guide them through challenges. These qualities define his character throughout the Way of Water. He greets Jake Sully's family with courtesy, even though their arrival brings danger. While cautious about harboring the fleeing family, he demonstrates empathy and honor. Played by Cliff Curtis, Tonowari stands at roughly 9 feet 7 inches tall, with turquoise blue skin marked by bioluminescent patterns. Like other reef Na'vi, he has anatomical adaptations for ocean life, broader forearms, and a stronger tail fluke for swimming. His adornments reflect his status, ceremonial jewelry made of seashells and cords, and in battle he wields a large spear. Tonowari's demeanor is calm and dignified, but he can be fierce when provoked, especially where his family is concerned. Avatar: The Way of Water. We meet the Metkayina for the first time in the Way of Water, and throughout it, Tonowari walks a delicate line. When the Sully family arrive at Awa'atlu seeking asylum, he must weigh their fate. This pivotal sequence reveals everything about his leadership philosophy. Tonowari approaches with cautious hospitality. He recognizes Jake as Toruk Makto and greets Neytiri formally, indicating respect and prior knowledge of the Omaticaya lineage. But his first duty is protecting his people, so he asks why Jake has come and what trouble he is fleeing. His concern is explicit, that they will be drawn into Jake's war. He knows harboring the Sullies could paint a target on the Metkayina's backs. Yet Na'vi tradition holds that Uturu must be given to those who ask properly. Jake's invocation puts Tonowari in a bind. To refuse would be dishonorable. While his wife Ronal conducts a hostile examination of the newcomers, voicing fears about demon blood and the family's surplus fingers, Tonowari keeps the discussion calm. After conferring with Ronal and getting her blessing, he makes his decision. Toruk Makto and his family will stay with us, Tonowari announces. Treat them as our brothers and sisters. He immediately assigns his own children, Tsireya and Aonung, to teach the Sully kids, quashing Aonung's protest with a firm "it is decided." After granting sanctuary, Tonowari becomes Jake's guide into Metkayina life. In one memorable scene, he instructs Jake on riding a skimwing, the powerful flying fish-like mounts of the Reef Na'vi. This is no small gesture. Riding a skimwing is a skill typically reserved for Metkayina warriors. Tonowari patiently coaches Jake through multiple attempts, showing understanding without judgment. When Jake finally succeeds, Tonowari's reaction is one of pride, an almost paternal nod. This sequence cements a bond, transforming their relationship from clan leader and refugee to fellow warriors. What do you think of Tonowari's hospitality? Do you think he did the right thing? Let me know in the comments below. Later, when the Tulkun return to Metkayina waters, Tonowari explains their significance with reverence. He describes the spiritual link that clan members form with a specific Tulkun partner, teaching Jake about the profound connections that define reef life. These quiet moments showcase Tonowari's generous nature. He doesn't hoard knowledge but shares it freely with those who show respect. Tonowari's parenting philosophy emerges through his handling of Aonung. When Lo'ak fights with Aonung after enduring taunts about his family's human traits, Tonowari convenes a judgment circle. Upon hearing both sides, he sternly scolds Aonung for picking on Lo'ak and orders him to apologize. What matters is that Tonowari holds his own son accountable in front of outsiders. He doesn't protect his children from consequences when they're wrong. He demands the same standards from them that he expects from everyone else. Tonowari's greatest test comes when RDA whalers begin slaughtering Tulkun in Metkayina waters. The Tulkun aren't just animals to the Metkayina. This atrocity is tantamount to murdering family members. At first, he heeds Jake's counsel to avoid openly engaging the heavily armed whalers. Jake urges that confronting them head-on would lead to casualties. Tonowari consents to evacuating the Tulkun instead, a strategic approach that aligns with the Tulkun way, which values life and forbids killing. But when Tonowari and Ronal discover the corpse of Ronal's Tulkun Roa, slaughtered alongside her calf, everything changes. Ronal's wailing grief transforms into rage, and Tonowari echoes her fury. The measured diplomatic leader now issues a war cry. They are killers of Tulkun. They must die. Here. Today. Tonowari declares, rallying the clan for immediate battle. This isn't just Jake's war anymore, it's Tonowari's too. In the climactic battle, Tonowari leads from the front. He mounts his skimwing and charges into combat alongside his warriors. When Quaritch takes hostages, including Soraya, the leader rises from the water to confront the invaders. The standoff is tense, with Quaritch threatening to execute the children unless Jake surrenders. Tonowari must watch helplessly as his child is held at gunpoint. Once Payakan's intervention breaks the standoff, Tonowari goes into beast mode. He spearguns a mercenary underwater, then engages in close-quarters combat, using his hunting knife and sheer strength to eliminate RDA soldiers. His fighting style is efficient and lethal. Throughout the battle, Tonowari coordinates with Ronal, their wordless communication showing years of partnership. He personally kills at least one member of the Tulkun hunting crew. All in all, he fulfills Jake's prediction that these people know the sea, they will fight like demons. After the battle's terrible cost, Neteyam's death while rescuing Tonowari's children, the clan leader presides over the funeral. Tonowari recognizes that Neteyam's death transcends clan boundaries. As they prepare Neteyam's body according to Metkayina custom, Tonowari approaches Jake and Neytiri with profound respect. "Your son lies with our ancestors," he says. "You are Metkayina now." They are no longer refugees, they are people of the Reef with all the rights and protections that entails. And if you're enjoying this video, exercise your right to subscribe. We've got lots more lore on the way. Tonowari and Ronal. Leadership. Tonowari's relationship with Ronal showcases balanced leadership. He rules not as an absolute monarch, but as one half of a partnership. Where he handles practical governance, Ronal oversees spiritual matters. Neither undermines the other, they confer before major decisions. This reflects Avatar's broader themes about balance. In nature, between genders, between the material and spiritual worlds, and between different approaches. Tonowari values Ronal's counsel even when they disagree. When Ronal wants to fight despite her pregnancy, Tonowari expresses concern but respects her choice. This reveals genuine equality. He trusts her judgment about her own capabilities, even when it terrifies him. On top of this, his willingness to question himself, to accept counsel from outsiders, to change course when circumstances demand it, these qualities see him grow in stature throughout the story, moving from cautious isolationism to active alliance. Tonowari in Fire and Ash and Beyond. Avatar 3 will introduce the volcanic ash people, led by Varang. This new hostile Na'vi force looks set to partner with the RDA, meaning that we will see Na'vi fighting Na'vi for the first time. Tonowari's statesmanship will be tested again, as it looks like the RDA are coming back for Jake, and coming to the Reef clan's door to find him. So what else is there for Tonowari to confront in the third installment? With Jake's family now Metkayina, Tonowari is Jake's closest military ally. His knowledge of ocean warfare, connections to other Reef clans, and diplomatic skills make him invaluable for the Na'vi cause against Quaritch and the RDA. Ronal could well give birth to their third child in Fire and Ash. This new life brings both joy and increased stakes. Tonowari now fights for an infant's future. The vulnerability of a newborn might make him more fierce in his resolve to secure lasting peace. As Lo'ak and Soraya's relationship deepens, Tonowari and Ronal must navigate complex interclan dynamics. He might formally recognize Lo'ak's bond with Payakan, overcoming his earlier disapproval and acknowledging that sometimes young people see truths that their elders miss. And thanks to the trailers, we already know to expect some sort of Tulkun ceremony, spider bonding with an Elu, and plenty more sea skirmishes. Longer term, his children will inherit a Metkayina clan that's no longer isolated, but connected to forest, ash, and other clans. For better, and maybe for worse. The lessons he teaches, that strength requires compassion, that outsiders can become family, that honor matters more than safety, will guide his descendants long after his leadership ends. In a franchise filled with larger-than-life warriors, Tonowari stands out because his greatest strength isn't his spear, it's his judgment. He knows when to fight and when to talk, when to hold firm and when to compromise, when to lead from the front and when to trust others' expertise. The battle for Pandora continues, and Tonowari stands ready.